All right, fantastic. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are glad to have you here at the CIO Africa, the Year Ahead Forum. And we've had amazing and fantastic panelists who have been here and also speakers just to start us off. And now we want to go into an interesting discussion about customer experience. One thing that we believe is that customer experience is as sweet as, how we could say it in Swahili, sukari, as sweet as sugar. Mr. Director, can you be able to help us a bit so that we can be able to start this discussion very well? Just make sure wherever you are, just make sure you have some room. And then you start on the left. Yeah. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. To the left. To the right. Customer experience is sweet. You need to delve into this discussion. Give me the left foot, right foot. Left, right. Left, right, left, right. Then we just go back to where we were. Our moderator is one of the best dancers that you can be able to find here in Africa. Right. Here we go. One to the right. Sweet or sugar. Here. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. All about customer experience. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mr. Director. We totally appreciate that. And we want to get into this discussion and have a very, very candid, open-minded discussion about customer experience. And to moderate this session is a lovely lady that you have seen her here, one of the best dancers in Africa. She is the Senior Customer Success Executive at Infobip Kenya. This is someone that I also know very, very well. Ninette is a self-motivated goal setter and CX enthusiast who, in addition to being an impressive personality in customer encounters, is able to execute on deliverables that drive business profitability and sustainability for enterprises and organizations across Africa. Ninette has over 10 years experience in delivering impactful customer success initiatives. She is result-oriented. She also knows well when it comes to about business development and leadership. She mentors other aspiring CX advocates to help them actualize their full potentials professionally. Margaret Thatcher's rendition of what is success is Ninette's favorite inspirational quote. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and over to you, the ever so lovely Ninette Kongo, as we moderate this discussion. Welcome and asante.
Thank you, Ian. I am impressed. Best dancer in Africa. I don't know about that one, but on customer experience, I definitely know I'm your go-to person. Omnichannel will continue to expand in 2020. Today's shopper actually values convenience above everything else. According to Juniper, digital commerce spend is set to increase by 60% in 2022. In this digital age, you and me as consumers can actually shop without visiting any physical space because we get to use social media, we get to use mobile apps, video marketing campaigns are drawn to us through online spaces, we get to do Google searches, and we also get to shop in company websites. Research has proved that omnichannel is the way to go. I would like to invite my panelists for today. So I'd like for my panelists to introduce themselves. Today I am joined by Roy. Roy is the COO of Little Cab. And I'm joined by Noah, who's the Business Development Manager at cm.com. Roy and Noah, please, can we start in order of starting with Roy and then Noah in terms of introduction? Please tell us a bit about yourselves so that our audience knows that we have the right people to talk about the omnichannel customer experience.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Roy, and I represent Little in Africa. I'm the CEO and currently looking after the business expansions and the operations for the company. And I'm glad to be invited in these sessions today. Noah, I know him very well. We worked together in the past, so I'm also glad to see him as my co-panelist. Thank you so much, the moderator, for allowing me to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Roy. Noah is also a former colleague of mine. So Noah, please introduce yourself.
Thank you. Just like you've heard, my name is Noah Moke, Regional Business Development Manager with CM.com. My key role in CM.com is to help enterprise on improving their customer engagement and also customer experience on the different omni-channel solutions, and also how to map their customer journey and improve on the customer's experience. I've worked with Roy and I've also worked with Ninette before, so it's glad to have you guys on the panel. Thank you.
Thank you, Noah.
Thank you, Noah.
Roy, I'll start with you. We all know that measuring customer experience is the most important initiative that a company can undertake in order to know whether their products or services are reaching the correct market. So, according to you, can you share some of the KPIs that you're using to measure the omnichannel customer experience at My Little Africa?
Thank you, Ninette. Yes, we are all driven by the KPIs set for our customer success. So when we talk about customers, we have a list of customers as well as a list of partners, because in Little we create the whole ecosystem. One side we take care of our customers, which coming from the corporate side of the business as well as the retail side of the business. On the other side, the suppliers or the partners, whether it's a merchant, as a food merchant or a grocery merchant, or it could be entertainment in institutions like a movie theater, or it could be a hospital. So any service providers becomes our merchant service provider. So we actually kind of stipulate a very strict KPI in terms of how we measure the performance, in terms of the growth, in terms of the touch points our customers are getting the services, what will be the service level agreement we set forth when we actually onboard a merchant or a service provider on our platform. As an organization, we maintain that we have a strong customer service department. Their role and responsibility is to actually drive the customer satisfactions. One side we need to take care of the customer customer fulfillment rate, or whether the customer is taking the optimum services from our platform. If not, why not, and how we can actually take care of that. So yes, we drive with strong KPI metrics, and that we actually measure in every touch point our customers and our partners meet on our platform. Thank you.
Indeed, every company has to do that in order to be able to refine their strategy. Noah, there are a number of challenges that we all face as in implementing a customer experience strategy. We have data fragmentation, of course, the data being in silos. We have that monotonous personalization, which, for example, you get to tire your customer if you're contacting them. They've gotten into the bank this morning, you're contacting them. Then in the afternoon, you're contacting them. There's also multiple sources of data and that complicated decision-making process. What best practices would you recommend to build a flawless, unified customer experience outcome?
Thanks, Ninette. It's true that each and every organizations have thousands and thousands of data sources that contributes in building a single customer view and multiple different activation channels. And each and every organizations have a goal to capture the customer data to ensure that they are correctly captured analyzed in each and every touch point process that they're engaging their customers. Now, with all this now, it leads to different silos that you have talked about being built in different organizations. And to come up out of that different silos or different data sources in different organizations so that you can have unified flawless customer experience, organizations need to take some few steps into achieving this. One of them is implementing customer data platform. Now, a customer data platform is just an aggregate of different data that organizations and enterprises have into one uniform platform on the different touch points. Now, this data comes in real time with different data feeds from the individual's customers' profiles, looking around from the CRM, from the mobile applications that different organizations have, online platforms, email, social media, even from the physical stores that they have. So you have different multi-channels data touch points that they have. So you need to have one centralized customer data platform that organizes all this data, that allows the organizations to be able to communicate to the customers and be able to see how the customer is behavior. Okay, so with this now, then we come up with what you call the seamless touch points, and that improves on what you call the omnichannels. Now, apart from the implementing customer data platforms, organizations need to map customer journey. By creating a unified customer journey, it leads to an improvement in customer experience. Now, each and every organizations, they need to visualize how their customers journey will look like. What motivates their customer? What is the customer's need? What is the expectation of the customers when they engage with the organizations? What are their main pain points that they need to solve? So the customer journey is no longer a linear customer, but a customer has different steps and setbacks that they do before they buy in the different organizations. You realize that before you make a choice even to buy from any organizations, you need to get into social media. You'll end up with accessing from the different touch points. Some will go to online, some will go to their stores, some will go to their apps, some will go, what is the happening on the social media? What are the reviews that you're having? So we need to have a clear customer-centric visions that sets the team differently, and you set different goals towards achieving and pleasing your customers. When you implement a good customer journey, this improves on the customer experience. On another important one is to improve the customer user experience by building a customer-focused culture in the organization. What do I mean by this? So each and every organizations need to have experience mapped on their different touch points that they have. If it's an online customer business that you are running, you need to know what is the customer coming from when they're coming to my online presence. What are they looking for? What are the different engagement that they have? And then also, is the experience the same when they go on the web and also when they use the mobile applications that we have? This also needs to match that. Is the experience the same when this customer visits our physical stores? And all this needs to be integrated. Remember, we talked about customer data platform. So you need to integrate all these different touch points that you have so that when a customer visits the stores, gets something from the stores, for example, and also goes back online, you already know what is the customer looking for, what did they buy the last time they engaged with you. So different enterprises needs to improve on the user experience so that they can also grow on their customer experience. And lastly, we need to ask for feedback. Feedback is very important when you're talking about customer experience, because I usually say the feedback, whether it's good or bad, it's important for organizations. Bad feedback help you to improve on the processes, helps you to improve on the experience that the customers have. And good feedback help you to maintain the standards and outdo the customer the next time they're engaging with you. Thank you, Niret.
Thank you, Noah. Indeed, all those points make for a great customer experience. Now, to both of you, let's start with Roy. Why has it become imperative at this time and age to build a unified customer experience journey? Do you think we will also get to a tipping point in terms of adoption of the customer experience journey that we're seeing in East Africa?
Yeah, nice question, actually. I think the last 2.5 years, we have seen, the decline because of the pandemic and so many other external factors, which we were not prepared for. We saw the loss of business. We saw many businesses are getting shutting down, and a lot of depressive actions around us, which we are not prepared for. So it's a new business transformation happened over a period of time. Now we see a new set of customer mindset change. So we have seen there is a whole transformation from physical customer visits or customer customer interaction to a more like online kind of or on demand, rather, I can call it, services. We have seen the growth of e-commerce platforms across the world. So pandemic in that way really helped certain segment of industries to grow, and also helped in transforming the mindset of the customers. Now, before that, I can give you some of the example. A couple of years back, people used to go visit the banking branch, keeping in mind that when they actually visit a branch, they will get best services, and also at the same point of time, put the conversation more in a personalized manner. But today, I don't think so there is any need for visiting a branch, because your branch is coming on your platform, whether it's a mobile phone or it's internet or it's a tablet, or it could be a social media platform. The bank is trying to reach you, and every touch point, the bank is getting your data, and the data becomes your point of interaction. And also when they do the analysis of customer behavior to make a better customer services, I think those data are absolutely crucial. And I'm sure what Noah was telling as a single data point or data platform, it is just kind of what I'm trying to say that here, because in today's world, and also during the pandemic, we have seen that everything is gone online. So we are trying to push more and more energy and focus on holding the customer touch points with an interactive media, whether it's you are trying to do it on social media, trying to do it on any sort of media, chat mode of communications, video mode of communications. But end of the day, you need to understand your customer better so that you can actually make a better decision to retain your customers, number one, and also to grow your average revenue per customer month on month and year on year. So I believe pandemic did help in terms of transformation of the mindset of the customer from physical platform to a more on the online platform. And I believe this is going to stay. It's not going to be back into the old normal. It's going to be the new trend, because of course, this trend has already been set and the mindset has already been changed. So more and more people will, kind of expect that you need to reach out them on all the platforms available in the market.
I agree. Having our platforms as services has actually become critical for every business. Noah, do you think we will reach a tipping point?
Yes, we'll reach a tipping point, and I'm glad that in East Africa, adoptions of technology is very high in this market. And we are seeing that each and every organizations is trying to reach out to customers on multiple channels, on multiple platforms. So it's not just like what customers need to go into one particular platform so that they can get service, being it the financial institutions, in e-commerce, retailers, even those who are offering solutions around logistics, like Niladri Roy. So with this now, different organizations are also pushing on omni-channel engagement with their customers, to making that process of reaching out in multiple channels seamlessly. So with this now, each and every customers have an options of reaching out in different organizations on different channels, be it on the conversational channel, be it a voice, be it on social media, and all the enterprises are implementing all these into one window so that each and every customers has able to be responded back on their favorite channel of communications. Now, adoptions of technology in this market also help us to drive the growth of these different enterprises in their online business. So you realize that we are no longer a market where everything has to be done physically. You can get each and everything that you need online. Look at even medical, look at food stuff, look at getting even booking to your hotels. Financial institutions are doing everything online. I don't even remember the last time I visited my bank branches. Nowadays, you don't have to walk across the street to whistle for a cab. You just have to order that through a mobile app, whether it's a USSD or a WhatsApp or anything. So I believe we are heading in the right direction and we are going to achieve this. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that. We can all agree through today's discussion that customer experience is going beyond impressive service and highly competitive prices. According to our discussion today, I've gathered a few points that I'd like to share with our audience. Feedback, good or bad, is good, and it helps you actually improve on your business processes. A customer-focused culture across every channel and store, making sure that your customer is actually having the same experience, whether they're coming to you online or through your physical stores, is also critical to look at. Having a customer data platform where you're able to take all this siloed data and to actually look at your customer through the different channels. How are they interacting with you? How will they like to interact with you? Because they also might have a specific channel that they'd like you to reach out to them on. So having that one data platform ensures that if your customer contacts you, you don't end up antagonizing them through contacting them on a different channel because they've contacted you on one channel and this is maybe they wanted a particular need. Also looking at KPIs through the different touch points of your customer. Are the KPIs for your organizations being met? Are the KPIs for the customers being met? Also mapping our different customer journeys versus their expectations and the pains that will make them come to us to get a particular product or service is critical as we go into a unified customer experience, giving our customers that omni-channel look and feel. And also looking at platforms as a service. If you're selling different products, put them on a different platform. If you're selling services, put them on a platform so that your customer can reach you where they are on the service that you provide. Thank you, gentlemen, for this conversation today. It's been great to have you both. And I believe that every organization that is looking at this will consider an omni-channel strategy as they go into 2022, because we have realized that 60% of all digital purchases are going to go online.